As a beginning coin collector, have you wondered if adding a digital microscope might be something you need to add to your toolbox? Well, if so, I want to show you a convenient, inexpensive tool, the Tomlov P10 handheld microscope. I'm going to show you its features. I'm going to tell you why I think it's good for beginner coin collectors and let you decide if it's something that would help you enjoy your hobby even more.
This is the Tomlov P10 handheld microscope. I got it for under $30 and I wanted to give you a look at it, talk about what I like and what I don't like, and who I think it might be for. I should mention that I am a beginning coin collector, and for me, this is nice because it helps me illuminate the coins and see potential errors and photograph them and learn more about the coins that I'm looking at. It isn't going to be as good as a stand-up type microscope that you might buy for your desk. It is going to be better in some ways than this magnifier that you would take out of your pocket and look, the handhelds. It's not digital. It can take photographs. It can last about an hour on a charge that takes an hour to charge it. All coins, everything from dollar size down to the smaller US dollars, can fit underneath here. This circular bottom with LED lights has multiple, like 4 or 5 different levels of, and you can just put it over there. And because that, I want a clear ring, I guess is what you'd call it. It is 0.3 inches around. So I guess they're saying that's how wide it is, how thick it is. That's according to Tomlov. I don't know. It seems thicker than that to me, but maybe in terms of from the lens to the object, maybe that's what they're talking about. It's also got changing brightness. So on the top here, you have 3 buttons. This first one closest to the handle changes the brightness, and I really like it on its lowest setting to see the details of coins, but that's going to vary for everybody. The middle one here will bring up a menu, and it has internal memory, so you can take photographs with it. You don't need an external card. It doesn't come with one. And then up top, that button advances things. It changes maybe that's the illumination one. I think it's the magnification. It changes the magnification. So I get confused for some reason between the bottom button here and the top one. When I'm using it, it's a little easier than trying to explain it this way, I guess. Down here in the front, you have the battery indicator. It takes an hour to charge it, and it's supposed to last an hour. I would say that's accurate. The blue light is on. It's powered up. You also charge it by a USB-C. It comes with a USB-C. That looks like that. And you would just plug it in there. This is also the same cable that you would use if you're using a Windows computer to connect to your computer to view the images on this device. You have a reset button. You'd use like a little paper clip. If it was acting wonky and you needed to reset it, that's where you would do it. And here is a microSD card slot. It doesn't come with a microSD card already. I was a little disappointed in that. Some of these do. I had to buy a separate one. You can get up to 32 gigs of extra storage, and I went ahead and bought that for about $20. So between the micro SD and that, and if you don't have a card reader, which I happen to have, and these vary in price, it's a USB-C connected card reader. I'm going to show you what's in this. If you're not familiar with the micro SD cards, they fit in these adapters. Sometimes you can buy them together. I'll try and link a product in the description so that you know what they are. You put it in the adapter, you put it in the reader, and then you connect that to, for me, a Mac Mini. I think that's the best way to take your photos off of this if you are using a Mac to view them. It was really the only way I could do it. I found that their manual, which was pretty good really, but it said Mac users should download Photo Booth. That's an old app. It doesn't really work well. It didn't work well for me. So I'd suggest, just my 2 cents, micro SD card, card reader, plug it into your Mac Mini, and use it as another drive. Just pull the images that way. And images, like I said, it will go over big coins, little coins. It'll go over stamps. If you had butterfly wings to look at, if you had leaves, it likes flat things. It's not crazy about things that are bumpy because it has a focal point. And you know, it zooms in on that focal point, and that's where it's going to take the pictures. That's where you're going to see the detail in the coin. I'm going to try and adjust the brightness here so you can see that it turns off in the middle. That's actually a purple light if you hold it and long press and have the right things. I'm currently looking at a proof coin. I think this is the lowest setting in terms of brightness. This is really great to go over proof coins because you can see, like you're seeing the little dust and things on it right now. If you were looking to get this coin graded and you wanted to make sure there weren't any scratches in the field, I think this thing would pick it up. And it might be easier than, well, I know it's easier than a handheld magnifier like that to see them. And it's also a really good way to look for errors on any coins. And I think taking it to the coin shop or a coin show would be a great asset. You could also, potentially take pictures while you're at the coin show, and it would save it on the device. I just took a picture by pressing this button. Like I said, the internal memory has it, and when I connect it to the Mac, if I could connect it to the Mac and get it off there. See, that's one of the bad downsides. I haven't quite figured out how to connect it just directly, like use the internal memory, connect it to the Mac, and have this recognized as a drive. So maybe I will later. I'm pretty techie, and it surprised me that I couldn't do that. But it doesn't mean you won't be able to figure out something I didn't. But my workaround was the microSD card. Take that for what you will. I should say I am not affiliated at all with Tomlov. I have reviewed a lot of things on Amazon. I have over 1.3 million, I think, views on reviews that I started reviewing in 2000. And I'm a member of the Amazon Vine review group. Yeah, so I like to do this sort of thing, but I'm doing this more as a beginning coin collector than a reviewer, to just let you know that I think this would be really good to have in your toolbox for coin viewing and for taking pictures of coins. I think if you were selling coins on eBay and say you had an error here that you wanted to take a picture of, you'd have to hold it still, take the picture, and you would then have that to upload in JPEG format to eBay. So what do you think? Would it be good for you? Would you like it? It's not going to replace your big microscope. It's not going to be the end-all be-all, but it will be a fun tool, and it could be a fun thing to like show your grandkids different things under the microscope, take pictures. Stamp collectors would like it, I think. They say it's not great for reading, although I put it on text and I didn't notice any problem. Let's see if I have something. This isn't really as flat as I would like, but we can maybe check it out. Yeah, you're going to see fibers, and you have to have, it depends what you want to look at. You do have that depth of field, and so that is an issue, but you can check it out. Top, go down a little bit more, get a little more. So maybe the adjustment of the magnification, like I just did 2 or 3 notches on that. There we go. That is the highest magnification, but I think that's pretty good. And if you find it's out of focus, you just need to kind of tilt the handle. So it's not all just a toy, but it could be a toy. Could be a toy make a great gift for little kids who are curious and want to maybe join you in your coin collecting. And it comes with a pouch, a USB-C cable. And as I said before, if you want to buy, and you can do a smaller microSD for very cheap, and put it in there, then you could easily take it out to view your images on your PC or your Mac. Hope this has been helpful. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. My name is Andrea, and this is Dig for the Pony. Thanks for watching.